everyone, it is Dark Seeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now today we are playing hsWhiteDelight's Reno Shudderwock Double NZoth Shaman. That is quite the mouthful. But trust hsWhiteDelight to come up with a effective, fun, interesting, engaging deck to play in the current meta. This current meta, which is a post-Seedlock meta. This is a meta that I'm so happy to be a part of. This feels so fun again for me. This is the meta that I'd hoped for when the United and Stormwood expansion was released, but then Seedlock got in the way. But Seedlock is no more in WoW mode, thankfully. So we can go back to playing fun decks again. We can go back to playing control decks. Now, when you look at this control deck, it's a Reno deck, 17,060 dust. It's very expensive. If you are interested in the deck, before you commit to crafting the cards, be aware of two things. Firstly, remember this is off meta. Okay, you're not going to be winning every single game on the ladder with this deck. You need a little bit of luck, a bit of good fortune. Okay, particularly with, drawing Reno against aggro decks at the right time. Also, remember that the playstyle of this deck is an acquired taste. Please make sure that you're going to enjoy the style of play before you commit to crafting cards. Okay, so maybe watch this video, maybe ask questions on Twitter, maybe engage with hsWhiteDelight. I'm sure we'll be happy to answer your questions. I love the composition of this deck. We've already touched on Double NZoth, but there are tech cards in this deck like Nerubian Unraveler, Boom Pistol Bully. Also note the inclusion of Giggling Inventor. I cannot remember the last time I played that card in a competitive Hearthstone deck, so it is absolutely thrilling to be playing in this deck. So let's have a look at the deck in action here, starting out against a Secrets Mage. Now we've already taken a bit of a hammering here, our health total is pretty low. But we've got the Unraveler in play. So making the life of this Secrets Mage a little bit more awkward. Now, testing for the Flame Ward, it is unfortunately Flame Ward. That is a real shame. It weakens our Unraveler, but it's still alive. Now we just load up the board.
Such a beautiful design.
Okay. Let's see what the mage has got. What I'd really like is Reno Jackson. Thinking back to the meta before this expansion, Reno Shaman against Secrets Mage. If you drew Reno on time, you just stand a good chance of surviving and winning. But Reno is still in our deck. Yet to be seen, and that is a fireball on the Unraveler. You love to see it. That is a fireball that will not be hitting our face. Double Crystal Runner, though, is a bit awkward for us. Oh look, there's Reno. He heard us talking about him and he thought, oh, I've got to show up. Okay, this is beautiful. Hagatha the Witch clears the board. Hagatha is not to be underestimated in this deck. Her utility is excellent, but oh dear lord, 7 cards. All of these cards drawn in one foul swoop. All of these resources to hand. Will this be enough for the mage to burst us down? That is the question. Or can we outlast them and beat them through fatigue? Oh gosh, they're starting out big. Fireball to the face. Now we've seen 2 fireballs. We've seen double Medivh's Valet. However, our health total still pretty low, and we are vulnerable to double Cloud Prince, which will be in their hand. So we put up this wall of taunts to protect our face from the 5 attack on board. But there it is as expected. 12 to the face there from the double Cloud Prince play. But this game is ours. We have Reno Jackson. Gonna be rich. And we've got a bunch of healing on board too. And the Canal Slugger from hand. Yeah. This game was always going to be ours for the taking. Alright, Demon Hunter time. I like their name. Panzer Waffle. It's more creative than my name, that's for sure. So I don't know what to keep here. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to keep the Mindbreaker just because disabling their hero power seems like a really, really good plan. Okay.
None will survive.
It is the odd variant, so it's going to be hyper aggressive. Going to be taking a lot of damage early, I suspect. Oh yeah, we are going to be taking a lot of damage early.
Hey, I got you, friend.
And the buff, for good measure. They want that to stick. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, that'll do. That will do. So, on curve play, next turn, Mindbreaker, maybe? I'd be curious to see what they will invest to kill the Mindbreaker, just to reactivate the hero power. Will they trade their Battle Fiend into the Mindbreaker, for example? Will they trade their entire board into the Mindbreaker? Now this is a big deal. We had stopped their hero power, so that is perhaps minimised a little bit of damage that we would have taken on that last turn. Okay, that card is not a minion, it's a spell. That's good information to know, but we are protecting the Mindbreaker with the rat. And again, the question needs to be asked, what are they willing to do here to neutralise my board? Will they be trading everything in? No, they're going to be buffing. Okay, they can still attack. That's annoying. Yes, it's without the hero power, but they were still able to attack. Not respecting the Mindbreaker. They want to hit me in the face. So once again, we protect the Mindbreaker with a taunt. Will they ever get to hero power again in this game? That is the question. This Mindbreaker is carrying us here in terms of preventing the hero power. It's great. Are they still ignoring it? They're still ignoring it. Wow. I mean, they couldn't hero power on those last few turns, but they were still able to play stuff, right? They were still able to play stuff. I'm going to trade it in just to keep the board clear somewhat. We have a big taunt in the way. We want to get rid of the Battle Fiend. We want it to die. Oh gosh, look at them go. Yeah, their Battle Fiend is still going to survive here. That's really annoying, but we've absorbed 8 damage through the Death Lord. Oh my goodness, that's terrible for us. That's card draw. This is where Death Lord can really screw you. So we have no choice here. We need to respond with Flurgl Toxfin. That's useful to pull from hand. Ooh, a friend of mine there, Biohazard, had opened Golden Cenarius. A little message popped up. Cenarius, can that be used at all in this meta? Here's a thought. Anyway, this dirty rat is protecting our face. Wow, preemptive hit. So, we are guaranteed to get Zephyrus. And I know exactly what I want from Zephyrus. I want healing. I want the Paladin healing spell. Holy Light. There it is. 2 cost, 8 health, restoration. Beautiful. And I think we just trade, right? We take no risks, no gambles here. And we've not needed Reno Jackson. This is quite interesting. And I suspect... Oh yeah, it's actually lethal. Right, I'd not even thought about calculating. I suspected they were going to concede at this point, but no, it was actually just lethal. Wow. Okay, the aggression continues. This is a very, very aggressive meta still, even though Seedlock is gone. Questline Hunters, Demon Hunters, Pirate Warriors. Yeah, it's still incredibly aggressive.
None will survive.
But that's okay, I'm okay with that. At least with Seedlock gone, we have a starting point again for control decks. We have a meta that we can work with. We have a meta where control decks are suddenly now viable again at the very least. Even if they're not tier 1. They are still at least viable. The thing about decks like this is you do have to get lucky. You do need to be... oh, speaking of luck, there's Reno. Okay. I speak of luck and Reno appears. You do need to get lucky with your draws. You need to be able to draw Reno, for example, at the right time. You need to be able to have responses to what your opponent is doing. And so you need a bit of good fortune. Whereas aggressive decks, like the Questline Hunter we're facing here, they are generally very consistent with what they need to do. More often than not, whether it's Questline Hunter or Questline Pirate Warrior, the cards they have in hand they're going to be able to utilise on that given turn. They're not going to have many dead turns in the first 5 or 6 turns of the game, right? They're going to be able to utilise their resources most of the time, whereas we will often spend time waiting for our appropriate and correct resources to actually show up when we need them. And we will have dead turns. We will have turns that don't go as planned. Turns where we were expecting a card to show up and it doesn't show up. And so we need a little bit of luck. Now we have luck in this game. We got the Reno when we wanted it. We also have a Mindbreaker, which, as you'll notice, I have yet to utilise because I am trying to think about the correct time to use the Mindbreaker. I mean, I certainly don't want to play into an explosive trap, but even now, is now the right time to play it? When is the optimal time to play Mindbreaker? Do I need to wait until questline completion? Which is when they really start rocking and rolling with that hero power on repetition? Or do I just play it now? See, now the hero power costs 0. Oh dear lord, here come the Lepinomes. We need to deal with that. There's different responses we could have here. The Earth Revenant clears the board, but then we take damage. So do I really want to do that? Or do I want to devolve first? I think this is just a really good devolve target. It doesn't get much better than that. And we've just saved ourselves taking a load of damage from the death rattles. So that's pretty good. I'm also pretty happy about the fact that it's their turn 7 and I'm still at 23 health. Huh. But here they go. There is Tavish. So the damage is soon going to be pouring in with these repetitions of their hero power. But here comes Dirty Rat. And we do pull the Tavish. And that's how you beat Questline Hunter. You pull the Tavish. And now it just feels like a normal aggro matchup. They're not going to be repeating that hero power every turn. We just need to contend with one dose of the hero power each turn, and a few spells and maybe a couple of other minions that get generated. And I just feel like I'm in such a good position here. How can I lose with this hand? If our health total ever gets low, we have Reno. We don't have the Shudderwock to replicate the Reno battle cry. I have my eye on this giggling inventor, by the way. And also note that we've yet to use Mindbreaker, the card that is teched into this deck to slow down Questline Hunter, and yet we've not used Mindbreaker. Will we even need it in this game, is the question. We're still at 27! We've not played Reno yet, this is amazing. Yeah, this is brilliant, and our opponent is clearly flummoxed, clearly deep in thought. Not ended their turn. Still pointing at my face. Ah, this is beautiful. Hello indeed, giggling inventor. Oh, beautiful. So these taunts are in the way. Oh, hello. Baited arrow. Oh no, they get a dinosaur. Hello! Oh, I love an Oitron. And this board clear here is just beautiful. I suspect at this point now they will concede. What more can they do? Their hero power is deactivated. And I've got this quite dangerous board. I'm just going to be hitting them in the face turn after turn. Mindbreaker leading the way. Oh, they're not giving up. This hunter has heart and soul. Interesting. Is there actually any kind of lethal here that Zephyrus can give us? Bloodlust? It feels a little bit short, just on instinct. And it is short, by 2. Okay. So now they give up, right? Now they give up. Or maybe not. Maybe there's a card in their hand, whatever that is, that's somehow going to win them the game. Maybe that card is gonna, I don't know, clear my board somehow. Or our opponent has realised that they can't win and they've just rage quit. Making Questline Hunter rage quit is not as satisfying as making a Seedlock rage quit, but it's still satisfying. Our opponent was thinking, where did it all go wrong? How is the Reno Shaman still at 27 health? They've not even played Reno yet. And honestly, this is the best game that I've ever had against a Questline Hunter. In terms of being able to survive and dominate, get to turn 10, it's never been this good for me before. So I think that speaks to the power of this deck, and we need to end this game in style, by the way. And to think, we actually got to play the Shudderwock here against an aggro deck. Isn't that beautiful? And, oh look, Cellfire. There we go. Really ending this game in style then. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hsWhiteDelight's Reno Shudderwock Double NZoth Shaman. If you're going to get value from Double NZoth, then you really need to be reaching into the late game, and I've yet to experience the joy of playing Double NZoth with this deck. But I'm sure that day will come. I do like the inclusion. I think it's creative. I think it's fun. So maybe we'll get to a point where I face a slow opponent where Double NZoth actually comes in handy. So Mindbreaker, MVP card in this deck, absolutely wrecks certain questline decks. Obviously, Questline Hunter can still target the Mindbreaker, even if they can't use the hero power to do so. They still have spells in hand that, you know, can kill off the Mindbreaker. But remember, these are spells that, you know, like kill commands, for example, that are not going face. They're targeting the minion. That's a pretty good thing. I also got to play Giggling Inventor in one of those games, and it's been such a long time. Yeah, as I said at the start of the video, I don't recall the last time I ever played Giggling Inventor competitively in a Hearthstone deck. So, yeah, that was a good feeling. It really, really was. So, beautiful deck, fun deck, well constructed, well designed. hsWhiteDelight has got a positive win rate with the deck. So, if you want to consider it, then hopefully this video has convinced you to do so. Please remember, it's a fun deck, it's a Reno deck, it's an off-meta deck, you're not going to win every game. Play this for fun. If you want to be utterly competitive on the ladder, then play a tier 1 deck. Off-meta is all about having fun, and thankfully now with Seedlock out the way, we can have that fun again. So thank you for joining me, everyone. I will see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun. Until next time, please stay safe, please look after yourselves, and as always, please be good to one another.